Hey, Shalom, this is your brother Yuanathon. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Okay, today it's a little mini series I want to do, and it's called Why Black Culture is Against God. All right, why Black Culture is Against Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. All right, and when you think about what the music, the traditions, the customs of Black culture, what it lifts up, all of those things, adultery, um, the, the 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 woman being in the forefront, being the head of the household, um, the dismantling of family. These were things that were pushed on our people. These aren't customs that we came up with on our own. It's been heavy propaganda pushed on us to think these things are acceptable or make us strong. Okay, when it's really just a blanket covering over Satanism. Black culture is just, a version that was made palatable to Jake of Satanism. Okay, it pushes adultery. All right, it pushes the over sexualization of our women and children. It pushes violence as masculinity. It pushes all these things that are contrary to the Lord. Okay, so I want to run this clip for you guys here, and then we'll bring out some precepts. Okay, this guy was speaking on how he remembered hip hop when it first started. It had more of a positive tone to it, more of the tone of I forget the guy's name. It just slips my mind, but it had more of a political tone, or uplifting of our people. All right, example would be like Gil Scott Heron. More of that tone to it. That was more the, hey, we got to come together. Have you noticed these things? We gotta lift each other up. But it turned into something else, and that was the hand of the wicked. All right. Same way he dismantled the family with the Greater Society Acts in the 60s, giving the women government aid, but the father couldn't be in the home. All these things. All right. But let's run this clip really quick for you guys. Now, when you look up psyop, it just basically goes back to psychological warfare. And psychological warfare, here's the definition for you. It says it is used to induce confessions or reinforce attitudes, behavior, and behaviors favorable to the originator's objectives. And what's their objective? What's the wicked's objective towards the children of Israel? This is Psalms 2, and I'll start here at the top. And this is in the NLT, guys. All right, it says, "Why are the nations so angry?" Well, they're angry because, the Lord has chosen a people unto himself, which are the so-called Black, Latino, Native American people. Okay. And, there's a recompense for all the heinous acts that they've committed against these people. You go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, they all were confederate against us. They have to go into slavery for a period of time in the kingdom of heaven once it's established on earth. Now, for most nations, besides Edom, it's going to be beneficial in the end for them because they're going to be upgraded. But there's one nation in particular who is going to be wiped out of the earth because of their perpetual hatred towards us. Go read Ezekiel 35:5. All right. It says, why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? Now, although this plan was successful in part for 2/3 of our people, they've clung on to this black culture, which is a death culture. Um, Prophecy still stands. There's going to be a remnant of our people who break the spell that was casted on them. And they're going to walk uprightly towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's why they're going to be pardoned for their sins. All right, so at the end of the day, regardless of what they do, the Lord has sent out his word, and it's going to fulfill that which he sent it. Okay, verse 2. The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together. Okay, that's psychological warfare against the Lord and his people and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains. Okay, with the decrees that the Lord has set out, the prophecies that he set in place that are by default, because he has the master frequency, he's the creator of the universe. Whatever he speaks, it comes into existence. Let us break their chains asunder. They think they could break that fundamental law, that foundation of existence of, hey, this is what the Lord set in place. They think they can override it some kind of way. You go to Isaiah the 14th chapter and you read on down when it talks about the wicked in their minds. They say, I'm going to ascend. I'm paraphrasing. Above the clouds, I shall sit on the throne. I should be like the Most High. 2 Thessalonians. All right. Professing himself that he is God. So, this is their agenda. And to do that here, they have to attack the Lord's people. Okay. They cry, let us break their chains. They cry and free ourselves from slavery to God. But the one who rules in heaven laughs and scoffs at them. So let's read that definition of psychological warfare once more. And that comes, psychological warfare comes with a lot of propaganda. Me and my wife were just talking about even the commercials. They got a lot of Coinbase commercials coming out talking about, just the conditions of the earth. I might even run it. I don't know if I can actually run it because they might strike my video down. But if you look up new Coinbase commercials, they're basically prepping people for the MOTB. Everything is prepping people for the MOTB. They're talking about, used cars cost just as much as new cars. There has to be a new system, a new way. And Coinbase is something that they're going to use to push in, hey, currency should be digital. There's a new system that we could have. And that's going to come along with a lot of things, man. But psychological warfare, it says it is used to induce confessions or reinforce attitudes and behaviors favorable to the originator's objectives. And we just read in Psalms 2 what their objective is. And sometimes combined with black operations or false flag attacks. And there's false flag attacks, it seems, every week. It is also used to destroy the morale of enemies through tactics that aim to depress troops' psychological states. And that's why, everywhere you turn, man, Jake has to jump through hoops. Jake has to, give up his morality. He has to do things that, that go against his nature to succeed in this society. There's a perpetual psychological warfare going on against our people, especially the men of the nation. And it's divine intervention that a small portion of us are even able to come out and fight back and even know that there's a war going on, because most of our men don't even understand there's a war being waged on them. All right, if I'm not mistaken, we read Isaiah 10:1, all right, already. Let's read it really quick once more. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. It's lawful for these men to go out and make this music talking about killing one another, adultery, and a lot of these guys, they get caught up because of their lyrics or things that actually took place. And it's lawful for them to continue to make this music, but that would never be allowed amongst, so-called white men in their music, in their community. That would never be promoted and uplifted. Degeneracy is always uplifted with our people. When they want to uplift some degenerate behavior, who do they put in the forefront? Look at BLM. They took those three lesbian women put them in the forefront, and it became less about the strife that the real Jerusalem is going through, the real children of Israel going through, and more about the alphabet community. And even on, they took it down now, but even on their mission statement, it was stated that they wanted to undermine the nuclear family, the man being in the home. So again, even the things that seemingly on the surface look like they've been established for your good here in this society is a weapon against you. And the only way you can discern between what's good and bad is by filtering it through the Spirit, filtering it through the words of God, understanding the prophecies. Okay, and that's where you have the men of Great Millstone on down, and those who teach the same as us. That's what we do. We're here to dispel the lies and allow you to see clearly, because there's some things that may seem like they're good and they're for the Most High in His ways, but when you really dig into them and the roots of it, you realize, this too is a weapon. This too is a ploy to make us take steps backwards. Now let's go to Micah 3. I'm going to end here. This is Micah 3:1. And this is in the NLT as well, because you even have this vibration amongst those who know that they're Israelites. We have camps and congregations that are set up that are seemingly, hey, they're telling us we're Israelite, but at the same time, they're not telling you how to move in the days to come. And that's going to be very important. This is Micah 3:1. It says, I said, listen, you leaders of Israel. You were supposed to know right from wrong. You're supposed to know that, hey, we're not supposed to be taking, 3 years ago that you had camps saying that you could, hey, take the serpent's brew. It's okay. I'll take them when I go here and there. Da, 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 da. And it came out. The CDC themselves said, hey, this caused a lot of deaths, and they've been under a lot of lawsuits and things like that. And we told you guys not to take it, but some of those people who knew they were Israelites listened to their leaders who were steering them wrong. And the same thing's going to happen with the MOTB when that's implemented. How you going to eat? Da, 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 da. You're supposed to have faith and lean on the Lord. That's what our whole walk is about, to build our faith so we can move properly when the test comes. Verse 2, Micah 3:2. But you are the very ones who hate good and love evil. You skin my people alive and tear the flesh from their bones. Ezekiel 37. We've learned who we are. We learned the way to walk. And the Lord put that breath in us so we can operate in this behind enemy lines in an upright fashion and be able to see evil when it comes our way. But you have leaders in Israel who are lulling our people back to that dead state, ripping the flesh off of them. All right. If you know the parable of Ezekiel 37, if you don't, type in GMS Ezekiel 37 in the YouTube search bar, and it should be lessons that come up and explain it in detail. This is Micah 3:3. Yes, you eat my people's flesh, strip off their skin, stripping the understanding and the knowledge they've been built up with to be alive, to have that breath of life in them. They're trying to reverse it and break their bones and chop them up like meat for the cooking pot. Then you beg the Lord to help in times of trouble. After you've been working against them, they're going to ask for help. Do you really expect him to answer? After all the evil you have done, he won't even look at you. So, you want to be on the right side of this thing. Just because someone knows they're Israelites, just because someone knows they're an Israelite doesn't mean they're operating uprightly. Okay? So this is just a part one. I had that clip, and I'm pretty sure there'll be many of clips that we review and just dive into. Hey, look, this black culture is Satanism. Okay? And Jake clings onto it because, it's not like I got instrumentals playing in the background right now. It's fine if you listen to music here and there, but you just need to know what the agenda is behind it and not to be overtaken by those vibrations. When I'm working out, sometimes I'll listen to, hip hop music or, whatever. But I do know the ploys behind it. And I try, to put on instruments, put on, other music that doesn't have that vibration to it. Because again, it's been a weapon used to put our people in a sleep state. So whatever our people cling to, because the scriptures say that the nation of Israel, we're the salt of the earth. Whatever discipline we cling to, it's gonna have flavor to it. It's gonna have a lot of flavor to it. All right. Right now, our people are just disciplined in wickedness. But Abarat is out. The lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.